right, we're back.
Okay.
Wait, I swear if Discord asks for more info, I will get. Cool, can you see? Hey, give me a thumbs up, guys, if you can see my screen.
Yep, I can see it on my end.
Nice. Sweet. Oh, Wendy, you have more fans. Little Blue love your voice. Oh dear. All right, let's get this show on the road, guys. Man, I feel like we're missing some music. I want some music in the background. I don't even know how to fucking do Discord music.
Yeah,
But wait,
I have a music though, but
There-
I don't know. They cannot hear it.
Oh,
I've been
no,
trying to
you
fix
just.
it.
Can you hear the music now? I see Discord has this unmute music button
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
press.
I've been trying to unmute
Oh.
it, but they cannot hear it. Like I've been hearing
Yeah,
it on my
no.
end.
It's for every user individually, basically. So you either do it or you don't do it.
Yeah, it's up to you guys if you want the music or not.
Yeah. Also, we should only make these AMAs for people that actually have an OG role. So I see like Little Blue here, and they don't have an OG role. So I'm like, all right, we should boot this guy out. Yeah, anyone else that doesn't have an OG role? I do have a pulse. Well, you might have a pulse, Little Blue, but you don't have a role. So how do I know? How do I know for sure? Send me a picture of your pulse right now. Or what if you join with an alt so you can FUD, and then in your main account you're all like, oh, River's the best. Corpora knows what's going on. All right, cool, fine. Let's get started, guys. We have about 45, 50 minutes. Let's get this all covered and kind of get the show going. So for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm River. I'm one of the founders of Pulse. There's three of us. Most of you probably know me as Nyx, so NYX. Nyx is no more. We have killed Nyx, and I have replaced him. So I'm not sure if that's how much of you realized that. I think there's quite a lot of you that didn't realize that I'm the same guy. But yeah, anyways, you knew me as Nyx, now you know me as River. River's my actual name. So most people thought, oh my God, Nyx is his real name and River's his alt name. No, it's actually the other way around. River's my real name, Nyx is the alt. See, this is what I mean. Shub is like, wait, Nyx is River? No, River is Nyx. Wait, Nyx is River. See what I mean? He literally thinks Nyx is River. Anyways, yeah, that's me. This is what I say. People don't fucking read. Oh, there's a dog with a pulse. This is really distracting because everyone's in the comments, and I can't like do my little pitch because everyone's in the comments. Right? I'm gonna stop looking at the comments for a few seconds. That'll help me. Anyways, guys, right? So today I'm gonna cover a few things. I'm gonna cover first where we got to in terms of the journey, where we are today, and where we're going next. Yeah, so that's what we're going to cover. I'm sure some of you guys are going to have questions. We will answer some questions as well, and I will be very clear. We're going to be giving HP, and we're going to be taking HP away today. So you decide which one you want. So yeah, just to recap our timeline. So we launched in Q4 2024. Yeah, that's when we revealed Pulse to the world, basically, first. I remember the exact date. It was actually October 28th. It was like just a few days before Halloween, basically. So that's when we launched. Q1 2025, we sold over 4,000 devices. Really, really kind of excited about the growth that we kind of did over that time. When we launched, we basically became like the top deep end project in crypto overnight. Like everyone was talking about us. A lot of kind of people are buying the device, and really, really hyped for it as well. So we had like some really good momentum when we basically launched. And then, I'm sure a lot of you guys already know, we hit our little production issues in February and March 2028. where the devices weren't fucking working. We had those issues with the charger overheating a little bit, which was causing us like some major problems. And that really fucked us over, man. That delayed everything for several months, because we wanted to obviously make sure we ship a good device, but also we ship a safe device as well. So yeah, the team basically, we went back to the drawing board, we locked in, we redesigned the wearable inside out, made sure we fixed all the problems and got the final kind of version done. And then we started shipping in Q3 2025. What's really cool is most of you guys got from what I know, most people got their wearable August, September. And then the US is finally getting it this week and next week. But yeah, shipping, guys, I know a lot of you were very, very patient with the shipping, and some people were not, but it's a really hard job shipping to 60 different countries all at once. And I'm sure you saw it with the Solana phone as well. When they were shipping, basically, they even canceled India because they couldn't get the right logistics partners, etc., to ship in India. We have not canceled India. We haven't canceled a single location. And that's because the team was dedicated to making sure every single device got to the location that we sold it at. We even made a promise, hey, India, you're not going to pay any more additional taxes. You paid once, you're not going to get screwed over and paid again. And we literally spoke to 20 different shipping companies in India before we selected the right one that we had a lot of confidence in that they wouldn't fuck you over. So again, all of that, it takes a long time to set up and get operational, but we had to do it to make it work. Now, today we're going to reveal a little bit about the future as well, yeah? Oh, we've got a Pulse beta tester. That's pretty cool. He has both devices. Yeah, so I want you guys to understand some stuff, because look, I live and breathe this space, yeah? My job is running Pulse. That's the only thing I do. So whenever someone tells me something, when it's related to features, the device, hardware, battery accuracy, etc., there's a very high chance we've already thought about all of these limitations, trade-offs, benefits, etc. So I want to highlight you guys, what we did was very much seen as impossible. In China, it's also actually unheard of to be able to do this type of stuff, where we literally ship a custom-made wearable, yeah, end-to-end designed, not a white labeled wearable that other people just kind of added a logo onto. We shipped something that was ours end-to-end at only $3 million in terms of funding raised. Yeah, and then you look at some of the competition, Aura, Whoop, they've raised, Whoop has literally raised over 100 times more than we have. Yeah, Aura's raised, 50 times more than we have. 500 times more than we have. So, yeah, not 500, but 400 times more than we have. Yeah, 400. So, yeah, that's just something I want you guys to bear in mind, right? We're at the start of our journey. We're not at the end of it. So when we ship the device, our main goal is make sure the device doesn't break. There's no major recall issues where we have to get everyone to return the device, etc. Yeah, the hardware was really important to make sure we get it right. Now that we've got the hardware right, we can focus on the software. Yeah, I can push over the air updates to the app, but I can't push an over the air update to the hardware. Once it's in your hands, it's in your hands. I can't fucking magically somehow wave a wand and try and improve the hardware. So that's why we spent a long time getting the device right, because now what it means is we don't have to worry about the device performance. We focus on the app performance instead. So when a lot of people are asking for certain features, are upset that we don't have feature A, B, or C, that's just because we're day one. That is it. When Whoop first started their app they barely had any features. You know, they had like very basic sleep, very basic activity tracking. And then with the community, they worked their way up to actually building out all of these really cool and exciting features. And that's the journey that we're on, yeah? Like we want to work with you guys to improve the product, and how we do that is by getting feedback. It's the most important thing. You tell us what you want, you tell us the problems you're having, we go and fix that basically. And you can even see, like, I'm going to show you something really cool. Pulse rate your limits. Can you still see my screen actually? Or can you see I'm on Google now? Can you guys see that? Or do you see me
we can see it.
Yeah, nice. Oh, you won't see it here if I do this. Connecting. Oh, is this going to work? I don't think it is. App Store. Open the App Store. They always physically make you open the App Store. It really sucks. Right, I'll find it though. I have an idea. So you do this. Right, we're gonna do this. Boom, boom, boom. Where are we? You tell me I can't see it because it's on iPhone. Nope. This is quite funny. This is what me taking long to find the app. It answers a question that most of you basically probably have. What's the? It's apps. No. What's the link to the app? The website link. I can't find it. Downloads /app. Let me see. Right. Oh, we found it here. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. So version history. Yeah. So I want you guys to see this, yeah, because most people don't quite understand. But so these aren't all the updates, by the way. But since we launched the app, you can see here the amount of updates that we've done. Where you can see that pretty much we're shipping a new feature every single week on the app. And then there were some days where we were shipping, or there were some weeks where we were shipping updates to the app 2-3 times a week. This latest gap here, you can see where it was 2 weeks ago versus 3 hours ago. This was only because Apple kept fucking rejecting our app update because they were getting annoyed about some of the features that we had. Otherwise, this would have came out last week instead. But what I'm trying to highlight here is basically, like, we're very, very focused on improving the application. Yeah, like most teams aren't going to push this many updates in just 2 months if they're not serious about improving the product. We obviously are. So that's why we're really, really hot on getting your feedback and like learning what we can do to improve the product. Yeah. So these updates only happen because you keep messaging on Discord or posting or sending the feedback inside of the app. The more you do that, the more we improve the app. That's like how it goes in terms of like how we work together. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't want to shit on any other teams, so I'm not going to say anything negative. But there are plenty of other teams. They've shipped some hardware and they've maybe made 2 or 3 updates to the app in the last 6 months. Yeah, like that's a difference between us and some other teams. So yeah, now here's a big question that we have been asking ourselves, right? Which is, how do we win, right? Like, if you look here, this is how much money Whoop has. This is how much money Aura has. This is how much we raised. Yeah. So how do you win against these big giants? They have more money than us. They have a head start. They have bigger brand awareness. They have a bigger community. They have more partnerships, contacts, etc. Yeah. They have so many advantages. So you have to ask yourself, right? Okay. So how do we figure out how to break the enemy's resistance or to break the enemy's walls without trying to fight them head on? Because like on a head-to-head fight, we lose. Yeah, like these guys win by just existing. They breathe and they win. So that's something we've been asking ourselves, and we've been. If some of you remember, the AI chatbot that we had kind of launched, there was like a WhatsApp bot and a Twitter bot that we had launched. That's actually how we started our journey, all the way back in the day. Yeah, like before the whole deepen kind of narrative that we figured out, etc. We actually started with an AI chatbot that would help you basically create fitness plans. And that was our original kind of idea. And then eventually we evolved the idea and we basically focused on the deepen kind of angle instead, which was you give us health data, we give you crypto tokens. Yeah, like very kind of simple trade. Yeah, data for tokens. So that was our thesis that we basically originally that we kind of evolved into. And then what we've been starting to kind of build that thesis out, and we discovered a few things that made us kind of really reconsider some of this. But initially, actually, before I go into that, so we had like very good traction early on with that as well. Like we like a lot of you guys probably kind of joined based on some of the kind of learnings and narrative that we had kind of scaled up over there. And we grew quite fast, right? Like the community went from like 0 to a couple hundred Pulse users just like that, which was great to see. But like despite like let's just say we hit a wall. But despite the good traction, like we hit a big wall, and it's not just us. There's a lot of teams that have hit the same wall. Yeah. And a lot of teams aren't going to tell you this, by the way. Most crypto founders, most crypto projects are not going to tell you the real story, because crypto's a narrative game. It's it's more show than substance. And like my view is you got to have substance and then you show off that substance instead of the other way around. So it's really, really important for us to make sure we kind of build something that's sustainable. But basically, like, despite the good traction early, like we hit a big wall, and that big wall is like crypto venture is not growing. And it's actually a really, really big problem, because for us to be able to actually scale this deepen narrative, we need two things. Yeah. Like to scale this deepen narrative, we basically need, I'm going to use this spreadsheet because it's fun. Not spreadsheet, but Google Doc. Right. We need capital, and then we also need scale. Yeah. These are the two most important things. Like without capital and scale, nothing else matters. Yeah. You're basically dead in the water. So for the whole deepen narrative to work out, we need to go from basically 4K users to 1 million users. Yeah. Now, I've said this repeatedly. I hope some of you have at least realized that I've said this repeatedly. I think most of you aren't going to have remembered or realized or saw it. It is what it is. But we made it very, very clear, like for us to get to that level of kind of, being able to like commercialize data and kind of reward tokens for it, we need to get to critical mass. If we do not get to critical mass, then basically this doesn't exist. Yeah, like it doesn't exist. So the wall that we basically hit is like a couple of areas, right? Like one is crypto itself as an ecosystem is very, very, very small. And then secondly, capital in the space is very much drying up. Like there's very little investor demand, as much as like you might see on Twitter, everyone's like, oh, institutions are buying, etc. Actually, crypto venture is drying up. And consumer demand for non-financialized crypto projects is like virtually zero. Everyone talks about consumer apps, and then they say Polymarket or Pump Fund, those kind of apps, but they're just trading apps with extra steps. Yeah, when I say non-financialized crypto projects, I mean projects like ours where there's no trading involved. It's very much providing value, solving a problem. Yeah, there's very, very little demand for those type of products in this space. And like, I want to talk you through some charts. Like, and by the way, this is like this is me giving you a product update, but also a macro update as well. So you guys get to the same page that we're on as well. Because otherwise, there's going to be a disconnect between us and you guys. Yeah. And I don't want that. Like, and that happens because one, sometimes we obviously are very busy. We can't do these updates. Two, because I work in the space, I live and breathe crypto, I live and breathe, AI, I live and breathe health, I live and breathe wearables. So I see what's going on a lot more compared to like other kind of people in the space. Yeah, like, crypto venture is drying out. Like you can see here, the market never really rebounded from the all-time highs of the 21, 22 kind of cycle. Like deal flow pretty much like outside of like the anomaly of Q1 where, we had like that resurgence, but generally deal flow quarter on quarter is lower than the last cycle. You can see here, like there was no point where we got anywhere near close to even half the high of the last cycle when it came to crypto venture. And actually even more worryingly, like this one here, which is crypto VC deal count by category. Now, if you look at this, you'll see something really frightening. So most of the deals are happening in DeFi. There's still some stuff happening in kind of like DAOs, metaverse, gaming, etc. Like outliers, but still happening. Infrastructure still very hyped. Blockchains very hyped. AI a little bit hyped as well. But look where DeepN is. Let's just keep going, yeah? We're still going. We're still going. We're still going. Yeah, that's where DeepN is. It's pretty damn low. It's like it's so low that it's almost insignificant in this chart. So reality. What does this mean for us? Is like for us to be able to scale and get to this point. If you remember what I said earlier, we need capital and we need like more users. Yeah, like both of these is like how we get to that point. Now, without capital, you don't get scale. Without scale, you don't get to more capital. And without scale, you don't get to our goal here. So all I think about day in, day out is how do we get here? And, the two kind of things that we need to unlock is basically this. Yeah. So, where we kind of are and like we see like a bit of a writing on the wall, right? Which is even crypto funds are struggling to raise cash to actually invest in new teams. So these two charts are just crypto projects. Yeah. This one is crypto VCs. And even crypto VCs are even struggling to raise to be able to kind of grow as well. So like what this is telling me is like slowly the market is getting away from altcoins and crypto venture. You'll still have Bitcoin really kind of dominating the narrative, really dominating the mind share, dominating the news cycle. But because it's dominating so much, it leaves very little room for altcoins and kind of, other kind of exciting kind of crypto products. And here's the thing. I think a lot of you guys think this is fine. Yeah. And it's probably because you don't realize how bad it is. It's not a knock or a hit on anyone in the community, but it's more of a, hey, you guys got to realize like this space is actually not growing. Well, as much as like, crypto market, crypto overall market cap might look like it's higher, institutions are coming in, etc., but actually normies and retail aren't coming back, and like crypto as an altcoin kind of industry and market isn't really coming back. Yeah, you have like these anomalies, which might be, a new hype Del 1 or that type of stuff, but it's all like very short-lived as well. So if we stay on this path, what it basically means is we're not going to survive. We're not going to be able to scale. We're not going to be able to get to our end vision. Yeah, we need to make sure that we make the decisions that allow us to basically hit that end goal. And what it means is like looking beyond crypto as like the only industry where we can kind of scale. Yeah, because it is a lot more that we can do. And like I want to emphasize this, yeah. Like we're in the space, like I'm in crypto, you're all in crypto, yeah. Simple as that. But most normies think we're fucking scammers. And that's not changing. I don't think that's changing in the next 10 years. Yeah, like the 2021 hype cycle did so much damage to the market that I think one of the reasons crypto venture didn't come back, crypto altcoins didn't come back the way they could have and they should have, is because the damage of 21 still isn't forgotten, right? It's only 4 years old. Yeah, like most people, most people are still alive. Yeah, they're still operating it. They're still living, so they remember all of this that's happening. And I'm sure if you ask any of your friends that are not in crypto, they don't own any coins, they're not on NFTs, they're not fucking spending 99% of the time airdrop farming. If you just ask them what they think of crypto, they'll probably tell you the same thing that my friends tell me, which is it's a scam. Yeah, so I cannot scale to 1 million users plus if 99% of people think it's a scam. Yeah, so we ask ourselves, like, all right, well, how do we, and I'm sure everyone knows the story about like Trojan horse, crypto, like I'm sure. Oh, interesting. I'm sure like you've seen all of this before, like, oh, how do we put crypto inside the middle and like, get it to normies basically and get them to like start buying in, like that's the goal, right? Is like, okay, how do we basically build something that's good enough that we onboard the normies into crypto and it doesn't feel like crypto? Yeah, like that's the holy grail. I would say no one is not no one, but very few teams have done this. And more importantly, very few teams that aren't financialized have done this. Yeah, like that's my kind of view of it. Like very few teams have been able to kind of pull this off. So yeah, so for me, like I look around and I think, okay, well, right, the writing's on the wall. If we cannot build and grow a sustainable project inside of the market, where are we going? What are we doing? How are we getting to the next point? And I look at AI, and I look at how much it's growing quarter by quarter compared to crypto, and I think, holy fuck, what are we doing here? Yeah, this is how much AI venture, right? The amount of capital was invested in AI venture, literally this quarter, and this is in 2023 in Q3, and this is how much in Q2. Right, so it's 41 billion in Q2. Yeah, like just keep that number in mind. 41 billion in Q2. Now let's go back to crypto. Not crypto fundraising. This one here. 2 billion. Yeah, this is all of crypto. Q2 2025, 2 billion, and then AI is 40 billion. Now, for anyone that like is wondering, well, what's the maths? What does this mean? Blah 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 blah. Basically, what I'm saying is AI is 20 times bigger. Yeah, not 2, not 10. It's 20 times bigger as a market. Yeah, and it's only growing. Like this isn't slowing down. This is not slowing down anytime soon. Yeah, like soon. My view is it's probably going to be 50 times bigger as a market. That's just the way it's trending. So then I look back and I think, oh wait, I remember that WhatsApp bot that we had that we were building. And and it was a shame that like back then when we launched it, we just couldn't scale it as fast enough. Like the team, we had like some team scaling kind of challenges. I mean, we had to like, and then we had some team scaling challenges, and then what ended up happening was the devices didn't work out, right? Like we had the issue in February where the hardware basically wasn't working properly. So we had to put all of our focus back on the hardware and make sure that wasn't broken. So what it meant was we had to like stop focusing on the AI kind of agent that we were building out and make sure the devices were going well. But now I'm thinking, all right, well, we need to get to the next stage. We want to scale up and continue to kind of expand, etc. So what do we do? And I asked myself this question, all right? Like, okay, wait, is AI how we grow to $1 billion company? And the answer is yeah, it always fucking has been. This was way funnier in my head when I thought about this meme, but I don't know if anyone else finds it really funny. Copro is giving me a sympathy laugh. All right, I'll take that. I'll take that one. He says it's okay. Misinterpreted saying you're fucking funny. You guys are only saying this because you want more HP. That's it, man. That's it, man. If there was no HP, you'd all be like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Yeah, there you go. Now we get the real answer, you motherfuckers. anyways, right? So if AI is the answer, and we have the skill, we have the knowledge, we have the vision behind all of it, what do we do next, right? Like how do we continue to grow? How do we capitalize on this narrative? How do we capitalize on it as a feature and a product and a benefit? Like I don't want to build in AI if it doesn't really fucking have like a value and like a use case for users. Simple as that, yeah. And this is like, oh shit, I just spoiled it. So this is like where we evolve, and we have to, where we basically rebrand and grow and kind of get to like the next stage of our business and our kind of like vision. And to do that, we are rebranding, and the new name of the business is Makina. And what we're basically going to be building is the Agentic health wearable. That is like our vision and our goal. And I'll go into a lot more detail about all of this right now as well. But yeah, this is like one of the main reasons we wanted to rebrand. Because and for those of you who don't know, what does Makina mean? It's like inspired by Deus Ex Machina, the game. It's also inspired by Ex Machina, the movie, basically. Makina basically means like from God to machine. Yeah, it's like the next human evolution from body to bite. And what we want to do is we want to help power that next human evolution, right? Like how do we basically build the future cybernetic human? Yeah, and where it starts is getting data about your body. Like that is the beginning, and the end vision is kind of essentially be like one-on-one with man and machine and completely integrated. So yeah, that's kind of like the new name. Now, what does this mean practically speaking? So the company is called Makina. The wearable is still called Pulse. Yeah. So you see here our Twitter, etc. That's all been upgraded to Makina. We're gonna do an announcement post very soon, right after this, and I want you guys to help us out and obviously make sure it goes viral. But yeah, so we're gonna be changing the name of the business to Makina. Now when you go here, makina.com, you'll see it as well. So like that's the new kind of company name, and the wearable is still Pulse. So yeah, so it's basically like the Makina Pulse. That's kind of like the kind of angle behind it. Yeah. Now we kind of see ourselves. Let me keep going. By the way, guys, if you have questions, feel free to like ask the questions, and then if you want an answer, hit react to like and you do like 100 or thumbs up or something like that. So the more people react, etc., the easier it is for me to know what questions to like ask. What questions to answer later. Yeah. So, anyways, right? Let's keep going. We still have 20 minutes. So yeah, like what? Now, if we take a step back, right? What is the problem with existing wearables? Like, do existing wearables work? And if they don't work, what is the problem? And how can we win in this market where these existing wearables don't have the features, don't have the value proposition that we can kind of get a wedge to the market with? So if you remember back, like what I said all the way here, yeah, which is all right. How do we break the enemy's resistance without having to without having to battle the enemy head on? Yeah, like how do we do that? And there are 4 problems that we kind of see in the wearable space. So first is all of these scores and things like that they're reactive and not proactive. So like you wake up in the morning and you see bad sleep score, but so what? Like no one wants a bad sleep score, but how do you prevent that bad sleep score from happening? That's really, really key. And then also a lot of these wearables, they judge your data in a vacuum. So they look at your wearable data and your sleep, and then they say, okay, you had some bad sleep, but they don't actually tell you how and why you had some bad sleep, because they're looking at it in isolation. They're not looking at like, what were you doing at work? Where were you traveling? Did your kids annoy you? Did you go to like a special event or something like that? They assume that all of the knowledge and information required to understand your health is in the device, and that is it. And then they also lack lifestyle context. So what that means is they lack understanding what's happening to your, around your life, whether it's email, calendar, Slack, or even like what you're watching, right? Entertainment. And then lastly, all of these insights, they're very like generic. Yeah. Like you get like a number, but there's no actions or direct recommendations on like how to improve it. It's like showing you scores and charts, but not telling you the answer to like improving them. They're the main problems that we see. And I would say like, right now, Pulse today, these are the same problems that Pulse has, but they're the same problems that Whoop, Aura, and all of our other competitors have as well. And then what we kind of realized is, okay, well, the solution is building an agentic wearable that helps each of you build your own personal longevity protocol. Yeah. And it's not one AI, it's several AIs specifically focusing on solving one problem for you. Yeah. So you would have like almost like a team of AIs that would help you out. One would focus on sleep, the other focuses on exercise, the other focuses on nutrition, the other could like focus on like helping you with your schedule. Yeah. So it's not one master AI. A master AI will never be good enough to help you on all of, not never, but today a master AI won't be good enough to help you here. But a team of AIs very specifically can. And what's also more exciting is basically these AIs will be context aware. They'll continually evolve as well. And I'll go into detail what these two actually mean. Yeah. So yeah, like that's our kind of new product vision, new kind of wedge into the market. How it'll work very specifically is we will actually start having integrations with your email, your calendar, your Slack, etc. So the wearable has a better understanding of how your sleep, your stress, your exercise, and your activity levels are affected by your day to day. So it's a lot more intelligent as a result. You do not need to tell it, hey, I did these meetings, or I ate this food, or I went to this location. The wearable will automatically know all of this is happening, and then help you proactively improve your health. That's like the goal that we want to, that we're building basically. Yeah, let's keep going. So this is how it'll work. Yeah. So basically, the bottom layer is like the data layer. So that'll have basically your wearable data, DNA and blood. And then we have like basically a contextual layer, which is like your life. So email, Slack, Gmail, location, etc. That'll get sent. All of this information and data will get sent to our niche agents. So the 4 agents that I kind of showed you, the data will get sent to them. And you'll be able to interact with these agents in text message, WhatsApp, in the Pulse app, etc. So that's kind of like how it's going to work end to end as a flow. And let me give you some examples on like, okay, what does this mean for the user, right? Like, all right, what are the cool things you can actually do? This is a really exciting one for me. I like this one. So our AI will be able to like tell you, hey, every time you have Indian food, you don't go to the gym the next day. Yeah. Or like another example is, hey, I noticed that every time you're on the phone after 10 p.m., you actually sleep really badly. Or another example is, hey, I know you're going to this burrito place for lunch later today. Based on your calorie goals, where you want to gain some muscle, you should eat this burrito on the menu. Yeah, so these are like these are 3 of like the infinite amount of use cases that our agents can kind of, provide benefits and kind of solve for. Yeah. And again, like if you notice here, there's like very deliberate. I gave these examples. This one here is about gym and schedule. This one's here is about sleep, and this one's here about food, because each of these are basically kind of niche agents that are helping, solve a specific kind of problem in your day to day. Right now, this doesn't mean we're saying goodbye to crypto. Yeah, so don't freak out. I swear to God, if I see one motherfucker crying on Twitter about us ditching crypto or something like that, I'm gonna remove everyone's HP. Yeah, like I believe in policing through collective policing. We will still explore having cryptography infra for security. Yeah, like that's still like something we will explore. But at the moment, our biggest focus is making sure we can get this agentic AI up and running. Yeah, you're right, Berta. I'll actually take that one. Crypto. It's very, very, very accurate. Crypto's like the most. Anyways, so yeah, like our main focus right now is like let's build the value and the problems, the products that. Let's build the value and let's build the agentic platform to kind of capture that value. Anyways, now I want to give you guys an example of this. Yeah, like I don't know. Actually, tell me how many of you don't know what Blackbird is, and how many of you who do know what Blackbird is? Like, if you don't know what it is, just say you don't know. Yeah, like write it in the chat. I've never heard of Blackbird, and if you have heard of it, write it in the chat. Never heard. Okay. If anyone has heard of it, please say you have. If you have, you just say you have. Bruno's like here 10 seconds ago. All right, cool. Yeah, so this here proves the point I'm about to make. Yeah. So Blackbird, in my opinion, is probably the most popular non-financialized crypto product on the planet. Yeah. How it works is you go to restaurants and you earn rewards for eating at restaurants, and the rewards are their little token. And what you do with that token is you can get discounts, exclusive gifts, new access to new restaurants as well. Now, these guys, they do not market inside of crypto at all. Yeah, they don't market inside of crypto. They literally just focus all of their growth, their marketing, their community with the restaurant, with restaurant goers, with like people that live in New York, SF, London, etc. All they really focus on is getting really kind of hardcore customers into their product and using it. It's crypto rails underneath. They actually have their own L2, where all of the token, where you earn all their token and you can spend their token on. So it's not that it's not a blockchain project. It is, but they don't talk about their blockchain on their website. They're not on crypto Twitter, marketing to crypto Twitter. They're on Instagram. They're on TikTok, marketing to those kind of places instead. Yeah, and it's working. Like these guys are growing very, very aggressively. They have like over 1,000 restaurants signed up on their platform. They actually raised 50 mil just a few months ago to like help scale that up. And they did all of that outside of CT. Yeah, all of it outside of CT, and like no crypto or blockchain on their website. Yeah, so I would say these guys are like the real Trojan horse. Now, they do what basically every other founder pretends that they're going to do or promise that they're going to do, etc., right? Like, they've actually done it. So that's what we want to focus on and build around as well. Like a very, very similar strategy where we focus on the value of building out our agentic wearable and like helping people get healthier, improve their sleep, improve their exercise, improve their diet. And the Trojan horse, happens without them realizing it. That's the goal. Yeah, I didn't have time to do the rest of the slides. There was like another 5 slides I wanted to get done, but yeah, I didn't have time. So now I'm just gonna ad-lib the rest. So yeah, like that's kind of where we are, guys, and what we kind of want to focus on. So what it means next for us is we're gonna be really focusing on building out these agents. We'll have, our first one will go live. I don't want to give you an exact date because sometimes things change, and I don't want to kind of obviously and I don't want to give an exact date because who knows? What if the agent has battery issues and we have to delay it for 6 months? But yeah, I will have a date for you guys when we're going to launch the first agent. But I'll share that later on. But yeah, you'll be able to use it. It'll be integrated with your Pulse device. You'll be able to then connect all of your other contextual kind of information to that agent as well. So yeah, that's like what's next on our roadmap. And we will be very, very focused on growing within the AI and like the kind of like agentic kind of community as a project, and really kind of doubling down on that narrative over there. That's also one of the reasons why I made sure I changed my name on Twitter. Like my handle now is River No Limits, not Nix No Limits. Just because in normie world, they like people's faces. They want to know who you are, right? No one wants to do business in normie world with some guy with a JPEG. Now, there's a few fun things here where you guys can get involved, right? Like we have 4,000 hardcore fans. I want you guys to get involved and work with us to kind of help scale this up. We will be rewarding with HP for all of this as well. It's not the case of rewards won't come along or won't kind of like convert or something like that. It's more just around like, all right, how do you focus on growing to be able to then get to that end goal? Yeah. So right now we're in like growth mode. That is the most important thing we need to focus on. So there's a few ways that you guys can get involved. First, like create content about Pulse. It doesn't need to be video content. It can just be Twitter content, yeah, like Twitter content. It can just be text content, right? Like how you're using the device, what it's helping you do, what it's helping you achieve, etc. Just create that content on Twitter. Tag me, tag us. We'll retweet, comment on it, etc. all the time. For those of you that are comfortable, guys, let's. I know this year is gonna sound really scary, but let's start like fucking using. For those of you that are comfortable, let's start using our real faces and real names. That will make it feel a lot more normal for normies who discover Pulse on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, etc. So those of you who are comfortable doing that, feel free to go for it. It'll help us. It'll also like help you build your own brand and your own kind of ecosystem as well, right? Outside of crypto, in other markets, etc. as well. And we've seen that work really well. Like there's other projects in the AI space that have really kind of grown quite aggressively because of engagement from their community on Twitter. And then what we're also going to do as part of like the rebrand and like celebrating this rebrand is we're going to give double HP to all community members for referrals. So if you refer a friend between now and October 31st, so basically at the end of October 21st, you will get double HP. You can use the same code that you always use. It's in the app. It's on the website, on the hub as well. So yeah, like go crazy, refer some friends, earn some rewards, and give it and enjoy the product. Yeah, so that's most of the update. I literally I'm supposed to go somewhere in the next 1 minute, but I'm conscious I've not given you guys a chance to ask any questions. So that is quite important. So let's do some Q&As as well. So right, guys, feel free to like just smash all the questions you might have in the chat over here, or in the AMA chat as well. And then if anyone likes the question, give it a thumbs up, and that'll help me basically have a better idea around what to ask, what not to what to answer, what not to answer. Oh man, so many questions coming up. There's no way I'm going to be able to answer all of these. Right. How are we going to do this? Let me find something. Right. Okay. How do we pick all these questions, man? guys, if you like any question, can you react to it? That'll help me quite a lot, because right now we're getting all these questions, but no one's reacting. So I don't know which one is like very important, not important. All right, cool. Right, let's go. Let's ask some questions now. There's a ton here. Right. Let's see. Right, you know what? I'm just gonna go backwards instead of forwards. It's just easier. There's people saying a lot of privacy concerns. AI model hosted somewhere, learning our data, improving the knock-on model, connecting apps. How is this going to be handled? So when it comes to privacy, there's a few things. Yeah, one, you have privacy concerns, but 99% of people don't give a fuck. Yeah, I will be very, very clear with that. Like, you think you have a privacy concern, you don't really, because I'm sure the same people that basically have privacy concerns when it comes to like crypto Twitter, they're the same people that are basically doxing their location on Instagram and on TikTok, or like sharing all of their location history with Apple, Google, Facebook, etc. So like everyone thinks they have a privacy concern, but in practice, when it comes to sharing data, they do it anyway. So it's not to say that we don't have solutions for all of this. I'm just highlighting the reality of the market, which is privacy isn't a barrier to growth and scale. And like there's a few theses here that I see playing out, which is basically if you don't use agents in the very near future, you're going to be left behind because someone else is going to use agents, whether it's at work or in their personal life, and then they're going to get an edge over you. So what's going to end up happening is basically over time, it's going to be like ChatGPT, where if you're not using ChatGPT for certain parts of your work, you're not going to be competitive against other people. So the privacy kind of elements, they get offset really easily against the fact that the benefits far outweigh any of the privacy concerns. Now, that doesn't mean we don't have a solution when it comes to privacy concerns. We do. We're looking at various ways of sandboxing the data where, we don't have access to it, or it's like encrypted and only you are the ones that kind of have access to it and kind of, can control the agents. And like only the agents basically can't share your data outside of that sandbox as well. There's a few really exciting technologies that allow you to like spin up sandboxes really quickly, per user, per agent, etc. And those agents can then essentially run queries within that sandbox. So yeah, that's something we're really kind of excited about, and we'll kind of see how we can kind of integrate a lot of that into the tech. So yeah, like my earlier commentary around no one cares about privacy, that doesn't mean we don't care about your privacy. We do. What I'm telling you is most of you and most of the normies do not actually care about privacy in practice as much as we say we do. I'm sure that's probably going to trigger some people, but facts are facts. Someone's asking when autosync. I'll get to that. Oh, there's actually a lot of reactions to that. When autosync, Pulse app should be able to autosync in the background without having to open the app. We pushed a new update on iOS. So guys, if you haven't downloaded the latest iOS app, can you download it now? We pushed a new update that should help with that. So yeah, like that should hopefully help with syncing. But yeah, like syncing is interesting. Like if you close the app, like if you how you can close apps on iOS and Android, where you kind of swipe up and then like swipe it away. If you close the app, it can't auto sync. But if you just open the app and kind of minimize it and then just go about your day, it can auto sync then. Yeah, so it's just something to bear in mind, guys. Like when you're not using the app, don't close it. Just like swipe away instead. That'll really help. And yeah, and we're improving sync all the time. Like this isn't something that we're gonna stop. Yeah, like if you remember the first time, like for those of you who were really early with Pulse and you were using it, you probably noticed the first time using the device, it took several minutes to sync. Now, most people are reporting they're syncing within like 30 seconds. We're still improving it. We want to get it as fast as possible. But you can generally see like, we're trending towards the right direction. And this is just going to keep getting better again and again. Cool. Oh, hopefully that answers the question for sync. David's asking about, I want to be able to personally monetize my data. Okay, David's phone. Let me see. And Cornell. David, well, you're not listening to the AMA. Any questions? Like, if you weren't here halfway, then and you're asking questions, watch the recording. I'm not going to answer anything that I already answered during the AMA. Because we just for time. Someone's asking about privacy. Someone's asking about tokens. I'll say it one more at final time, right? Like, guys, you moving forward, I need you all to like share and like, let's be a community, and we're updating each other based on like the status of the project, because I don't have time to be in the DMs all the time here and answer every single question, which is just a repeat of someone else's question 5 minutes ago. Yeah, like it's not a good use of my time. I really need to be focusing on product and growth. But I've already made it clear, guys. Yeah, like we will figure out token rewards launch once we get to the right level of scale. If we start that today, then we can't grow. Yeah, so that's our focus. So if you're wondering what's going on, where we want to go next, it's growth. Yeah, without that, nothing else matters. Yeah, it just becomes a shitty little, it becomes a shitty little project that goes to zero. We do not want that. We're building a sustainable project. Yeah. So next time, guys, you see anyone asking that in the chat, let them know like our focus is building $1 billion business that can sustain itself and grow. That's what Hyperliquid did. Yeah, like that's what they did. It was really, really important that they built a profitable company way before they started launching their tokens. Cool. Hopefully that helps. Let's keep going with questions. Yeah, W, like privacy. I mentioned, right? Like privacy is a really big deal for us. We are exploring ways to sandbox the data, etc., to make sure it can't be leaked, shared outside, that kind of thing. Like I'm not saying that it isn't a big deal and we aren't focusing on it. What I am saying is most people don't give a fuck about it. So while some people might be asking you about it here and there, in practice, normies and even people in crypto at the moment do not care. Cool. Let's keep going. What are the questions? Someone's saying Agentic wearable is pretty good narrative. Thank you very much. Brother's asking about why Makina instead of Pulse. Brother, you're gonna have to watch the AMA. Yeah, so Creepy Tune is asking, how are we going to integrate the AI into the wearable? I think we should have like an AI app that we can interact with and ask questions. Yeah, Creepy Tune. So like to answer your question there, like, what we're going to do is you're going to be able to interact with the wearable on WhatsApp, iMessage, maybe even inside the Pulse app as well. You're going to be able to interact with the AI on WhatsApp, text message, and maybe even inside the app. So that's like how we kind of see it happening. Shub's asking what's next after shipping is done. I swear to God, okay, he's asking how do we position ourselves moving forward? What major features are we working on? Shub, were you listening to the AMA? I think I answered all of this in your in the AMA. All right, what are the more questions? So, okay, there's some questions around like, do my friends earn HP if I refer them? Yeah, so when you refer someone, two things happen, yeah? you earn HP, so you earn 200 or you earn 200 or 400 HP depending on if they're getting normal edition or founders edition. Plus, your friend also earns HP for buying the device as well. So both of you are earning rewards as part of that growth. And where you find your referral code is inside the app. It's also on the Pulse, on the Pulse or Makina Hub. It's also on your email as well. Bernard's asking, are we getting access to these slides? I'm not sure. There's like some confidential information in some of these slides. I also want to be careful because if like some crypto VCs, find out I'm revealing how bad the market is, they might start crying. And by the way, man, like I spoke to over 20 crypto VCs last night. I went to like a crypto VC event, and they're all pivoting to AI. They're all pivoting to AI. Not a single crypto VC said, I'm staying in crypto. And these are the big funds, the big funds. So yeah, and you'll see these announcements, by the way, on Twitter as well. Like you're going to start seeing crypto VC A saying, we are expanding to AI. We're launching a new AI arm. Crypto VC B saying, we're launching a new AI arm, etc. as well. You're going to see it. Yeah, the recording will be available. Cool. So, right, guys. Let's go. I want to recap something. Yeah, while everyone's here. So, how can you get involved and help Makina? So, 2 ways. First, get active on Twitter and talk about how you are using the device. Yeah. Change from JPEGs to real PFPs and real name. For those of you who are comfortable, yeah, like this will be very, very helpful. Like the ones that do this will make a big difference. And I can even commit, like, okay, I'll make a commitment, yeah. Whoever starts to whoever starts use their real name, JPEG, etc. on Twitter and engage with us, like we're happy to give more HP rewards for the engagement. Like I'm very happy to kind of to do that. Yeah, like this is gonna be really important to kind of help us scale and grow. I want to show some examples because maybe you guys you're wondering all right, but what's the benefit of doing this? Like how does it work? How what's so cool? Actually, no, I'll share some examples, yeah, because I need to go and find a few, yeah. So I'll do that. So yeah, Twitter engagement, get active on Twitter, talk about how you're using the device, eventually talk about how you're using the agent once it goes live, yeah. But yeah, change PFPs because what happens you'll see my Twitter, yeah. I'm gonna show you. Right now, one of the challenges that I have is all right, this is got a good tweet, it's getting really good engagement, but then people are like, who the fuck is this guy? Neil Banks nearby. It's just some AI face, and then there's another JPEG, and then there's another JPEG. And I know we think all of these are really cool and fun and exciting, but normies are like, what the hell's going on? Yeah. So for us to be able to start building trust and a solid reputation with normies, we got to meet them where they are. Yeah, you can't meet them on Twitter. You have to go where they are, whether that's fitness Twitter, AI Twitter, biohacking Twitter, longevity Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, etc. You gotta go where your customers are and kind of scale with them. Hopefully that kind of answers the question there. And then there's 2x referrals for the next 7 days. So earn more HP to get 2x rewards. Referral code inside the app. Now we're gonna announce the rebrand. It's a little bit late now because we're overrunning with the AMA. So we'll either announce the rebrand on Twitter today or maybe even Monday now, I'm thinking, because of how late it is and a lot of you guys are in Asia. Yeah, once that goes live, then obviously like, share, etc., comment below, do your thing, but share your pulses. Like send a picture with the pulses in the comments. Dablu is like, it's sad for me to see the shift. Dablu, if it's sad for you to see the shift, how are you going to feel when the tokens are worth nothing? Yeah, so I actually want to know, because I think this is really important. Because if you are sad, I understand, but what's your solution when everything's worth zero? Well, my point is oh yeah, I haven't been saying etc. as much. My point is tokens are only valuable if someone else wants to buy them. If the market is very much against altcoins and DeepIn, etc., then how are we going to be able to scale and grow and provide value? Yeah. So that's the thing. So yeah, like, we need to focus on growth. We need to focus on creating and generating value, getting more scale to then provide value back to the data. So, like, it's not to say we're not doing certain things. It's sequencing of steps. You gotta focus on these two things and this here, 4K to 1 mil users, to be able to then get to the next step. Yeah. So don't see this as like a hard pivot. It's us basically going along the journey to get to the end goal. Broda's asking where the data is stored at the current moment. Maddie, do you want to answer that one? I mean, I can obviously answer it. Yeah, so let me answer as well, just so you know. Like, so right now, the data is stored on cloud, encrypted on cloud. Yeah, like, it's very, very similar to what Aura does, Whoop does, Apple does, etc. Yeah, but very importantly, it's encrypted. Awesome. Let's keep going with some more questions. What else people got? People saying they would prefer the AI agent through the app. That's good feedback. Thank you. We will keep that in mind. PS is asking, so we can't sell our own data, as we stated before. Man, watch the rest of the AMA. You got to watch the rest of it. Can someone else answer PS's question? Because otherwise, we'll be here forever. There are some questions in actually the AMA channel, so let me answer those. I see them all the way over here. Oh, there's like a lot here. So Vijay is asking for a personal trainer on his bracelet. Okay, that's a really good question. Hopefully the AMA has answered that question actually for you, Vijay. You will be getting a personal trainer on your bracelet very soon. Cool. Awesome, guys. Right. Well, let's wrap this up. So yeah, I want to emphasize again, like, our focus is growth and getting more hyperscale to get to the point where we can start commercializing and generating value from the data. Yeah. And then we will announce the rebrand properly on Twitter and via email. Either today or Monday. I'm going to quickly check time zones to make sure we're not too late to announce it, and then we will go from there. And then when the new agent is live, we will share with everyone here, get feedback, etc. as well. Anyone? Actually, no. I'll make a commitment. Yeah. If you want to be the first person that gets the agent, get 3 referrals. We will get you the agent first. Yeah. There will be 10 people that we will give the agent first to, that they can try, test, use the product, but they have to get 3 referrals. Yeah. So Get 3 referrals between now and end of October, and you'll be one of the first 10 to use the agent. Cool. I'll make a Discord post about this as well. So first 10 people to get 3 referrals each will get early access to the agent. Brother got 80 referrals. Well, now you only need 83, brother now. Awesome, guys. Yeah, that's it. Machinas will rule the world. That's the game, man. That's the game. Someone's asking about will we sell the small pins on the strap? Yeah, we will, Fran. Like, we're launching an accessories page very soon, and we will do that as well. Does a referral mean a friend buys the Pulse or download the app? It means they buy the Pulse. Awesome. So I will also make one more commitment, guys. Yeah, because I feel like we've been very strict with how we're focusing on HP at the moment, but we'll be a little bit more generous. People that are active in the Discord, Telegram, or Twitter that are answering questions the community has, we'll also make sure that every month we do like a monthly HP kind of distribution for people that are getting involved in helping. Yeah, because there are definitely a handful of you that are answering questions, educating the community, writing updates, sharing your journey, and we want to reward that. So that's things that we will make sure we do. PS asking if your friend buys today, what's the estimated delivery date in India? Like it should be 3 to 5 days. PS. Now that all of the production is up and running, it means it's much easier for us to like actually get deliveries into people's hands. Yeah, so Prince, you're asking a really, really, really good question. Prince is asking, can we trade HP for merchandise, subscriptions, gift cards, in-app rewards directly in the app, or discounts to gym memberships, etc.? Yeah, this is like really cool stuff. These are things we can definitely do. I have like a lot of good contacts in like, merchandising or like other kind of tech apps as well that people might want to use, productivity apps, etc. as well. So yeah, this is something we'll definitely explore, where essentially you can redeem your HP for better kind of like health or fitness kind of related products or entertainment related kind of products. That'd be cool, man, because I mean, at the end of the day, what it means is you're still earning, you're still getting rewards. W is asking about token price, value, real world utility. Yeah, that's what we're saying, W. Like you can't build a real world utility with just 4K users. You need to get distribution. When we get to like 100K, 1 mil, etc., we can really start driving a lot more real world utility to it. But you have to start with the user in mind first. Yeah, like that's a really good suggestion. Yeah, PS, thank you very much. I mean, Vish and Lachlan did a lot of work when it came to making sure that India didn't have to pay all of the high subscription fees, not subscription fees, but the custom fees, etc. It took a while to get the devices to you, but I'm glad we got it, and I'm glad that you didn't have to pay it. Yeah, don't tell Modi. Cool, guys. Right. All right. Let's call it a day. Great to speak to you guys. Really, really excited to kind of go on this new journey together with everyone here. We will post this video on YouTube so you guys can all check it out. We'll also do an update on Discord over here as well. Brother's asking what was the process of getting the customs skip. Let's just say we had to shake a lot of hands, brother. That's the best way I can put it. We had to shake a lot of hands. Yeah, guys, cool. Right, we're gonna head off. We're gonna announce the rebrand either today or tomorrow. When we do announce it, I'll share it here on Discord, Twitter, etc. I'll look out for it. Make sure you engage with us. And yeah, let's fucking kick some ass, man. Right, cool. Take care, everyone. And yeah, we will catch up soon.